Hello, my name is Michael. I was medically retired from the military when I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Initially, being medically retired, I was rated at 90%. With the natural occurring progression of my neurological disorder, I am now service connected at the highest level, R2. For the veteran listener who's saying, oh, you're making the money, I let you know this. I'm rated this highly because I'm totally blind and I've gone from being a two-sport professional athlete to spending the majority of my time in a wheelchair. Be careful what you wish for. It's not what it's cracked up to be. The purpose of this podcast is because I learned through over a dozen applications to the Veterans Benefits Administration how to talk to the Veterans Administration Hospital as well as how to communicate more effectively. Once communicating effectively with the Veterans Administration Hospital, you'll oftentimes find that there's more support available to you than you may have realized. This is especially true when it comes into fact that there are over 100 permanent revenue streams available to veterans who incurred any number of different injuries. There's over 1,000 different injuries that a veteran could be service connected regarding. But all of these things must be documented in the service member's service record. Any veteran knows what was documented. If you did time, light limited duty, or Article 15, or any of the other numerous ways of saying you had a documented disability, that and that alone is what you should be claiming. As the majority of people, according to science, greater than 95% don't have a progressive neurological disorder. For the most part, when you get out, file what you're entitled to and let the VA rest, because they're helping far more veterans than you realize. Now, with that said, I bring up filing your claim, but many veterans don't know what that constitutes and who to talk to. There are a lot of veteran service officers or VSOs, some of which you are aware of, veterans, disabled American vets, there's over 100 different veteran service officers. But something you should know this as a veteran listener. When a VSO is talking to you and telling you they could help you, ask that VSO, how highly service connected are you? As the majority of them are not actually veterans themselves. So they don't know what they're talking about. Any veteran worth his salt can tell you that 0 to 100% disability is posted online. You can track down in 10% increments what you get paid at each of those ratings. At below 100%, you can even find out what you need to be in order to be at those ratings. But at 100% permanent and total, everything is classified to medical necessity. And when you're going through those things, you'll never find an honest answer on what you can get service connected for. So what's important is to know who you should be talking to. In my experience as a former social worker with the Department of Mental Health and, someone who survived on my disability benefit since being medically retired from the Navy, you should be talking to an official veteran service officer in Orange County, California. The best VSO, my opinion as a social worker, would be the Orange County VSO, which is located on Grand Avenue in Santa Ana. They could be contacted at 714-480-6555 when they answer the phone, you listen to your standard list. You can choose this, you can choose that. Don't pick anything. Give it time, and eventually it's going to transfer you to an individual. Once they transfer you that individual, you're going to let them know your name, your date of birth, the last four of your social security number, and you're going to let them know you want to file for a benefit. And they'll say, okay, send me your DD 214. Again, veterans know what this is. That is the proof that you did what you say you stand for. So you email them your DD 214, and then you let them know you have some disabilities you suffered while in the military. And they'll say, okay, what evidence do you have of these disabilities? And again, to the veteran listener, those times that you were LLD, you were Article 15, you were on disability, those are the things you file for. Then they'll say, what are the impairments you currently experience? Well, think about that. Don't respond, oh, no, I'm good now. That's the common prideful approach of the young man. But you're a veteran. Be a mature man, or at least a more mature mentality, and slow down and say, I know I broke my leg and my leg healed, but wow, when it's cold, my leg is arthritic as it gets. And because the VA is going to be sympathetic to you for that. Remember this too, veterans. The Veterans Benefits Administration was built on the shoulders of veterans who came before us, and they laid the road. So follow the path they set, and the VA will take absolute care of you. Another thing that I've gotten a little bit of notoriety for, it's appreciated, but it's a matter of pride for me, is finding housing for homeless military families. And something I learned when doing that is if you're a veteran and you're homeless, the VA is there for you. You bring them proof that you're homeless. For example, you stay a night at a homeless shelter, and in the morning, you get a letter from the homeless shelter saying, yeah, last night this guy stayed here because he's homeless. The VA will do its best to make sure your situation improves. There's a lot of misnomer out there. There's a lot of fraudulent identification about monetary benefits a veteran may or may not be entitled to. Here's the thing. You served, you are entitled to your VA home loan. You are entitled to your children getting 40 months of pro bono state college. That's sufficient to complete a bachelor's degree in social work, because that doesn't require any specified field. For social work, you can really take any class, throw it against the wall, something will stick. But with increasing your education, you're increasing your opportunity for federal employment. Because once you enlisted in the military, we don't realize this. I didn't realize this for myself. But once you're in the military, you're a federal employee. And that makes you eligible for special consideration, for other possible federal employment. Also, it makes you eligible for special job linkages with state agencies like the Employment Development Department, otherwise known as the EDD. I learned interning with the EDD while I was in graduate school that if it makes money, it pays taxes. If it pays taxes, then the EDD has oversight of them. So if you're a veteran, you need help, walk into the Employment Development Department and just let them know you're a vet. They'll sign you up. They'll help you with employment opportunities immediately. And believe me when I tell you, these people are passionate and professionally trained to get the job done. This is the initial episode for Veteran Solidarity. To let you know, moving forward, I intend to have another podcast available Friday of every week. In addition to me running my mouth, I intend to have high-level VA administrators on as well to join in the conversation and let veterans understand what benefits exist and how veterans can attain them. So please return, listen in. Look forward to helping you out, brothers and sisters.